Okay, so you notice I now have done a little bit more creation. I've been a little bit more creative. All right. So what I want you guys to do is, you notice that this guy's running around with all these wolves, and he's kind of a badass fireman. Okay. So now what do I need to do? Now you have to remember, you create your own characters, do your own thing. It can be whatever you want. But now what I would like you to be, what I would like you guys to do is I would like you to see what happens if we have a collision. All right, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually create a collision where the wolves begin to make more wolves. All right, so let's do that. So what happens? I'm going to go into the wolves page and I'm going to put in collisions. Now, if you look at this, you're going to be, Mr. Rasconi, there's nothing that says collisions. Collisions are detections. So I'm just going to drag it over. You'll notice there's no little tabby on this. This guy goes all by itself. So when there's a collision between a wolf, which is the page I'm on, with another wolf, what happens? And the question is, well, what do you actually do? All right, and it doesn't really give you anything here, so I think what I could do, let's go with traits. What do we do? We could set them to something, okay, or we could change their direction. Okay, I actually think I just want to have them, when you collide with a wolf, let's go with logic. Okay, I could say if you collide with a wolf, then you delete. Okay, but let's see what else we got. What other are some other possibilities? Traits. Probably should have figured this out before I actually started the video. Let's go with, how about we go with agents. Delete. We could delete one. We could scatter one. Delete agent. How about we just delete and see what happens when wolves hit each other. On collision with a wolf, what are you going to do? All right. So you hit run code. Setup. Forever. And they're wandering all over the place, and what's happening? Zoom out. It looks like I've already got a lot fewer. That should happen is when they get to... I'm going to actually reset the camera. It looks like when they run into each other, they're disappearing. Boom. Okay, so that's what's happening. Alright, so when a wolf collides with a wolf, it deletes. Alright, let's go back to reset camera. Actually, we're going to run the code, setup, forever, and you notice that they're deleting each other. Okay, so that's one thing you can do with that, okay, is you can get the wolves to delete. What's another possibility? Well, you could create another wolf. All right, so let's see how you would do that. I'm just going to hit pause. Oh, hit the forever button to stop it. What if we, instead of doing that, let's get rid of delete. How about we create one wolf? And then what do we do with that? Well, why don't we just why don't we actually, this might be a situation where instead of create, we don't really want to do anything with it. We just want to create a wolf. So let's just create a one wolf and see what that does. My guess is what might happen is you might create wolves, but since you didn't tell what it to look like, it may not create a wolf that looks like this. So let's see what happens. Run code, setup, forever. Yep, oops, creating. Oh, look at what's happening. It's creating lots and lots of wolves. As a matter of fact, it's creating so many wolves that it's seizing up. So you may need to create the wolves and then scatter them, or set their X direction somewhere else. All right. So that's how you use collisions. There's a lot of different tricks you can use with that. One of the things is you could have, when I hit, say, the X button, my fireman creates something. Okay, he creates a projectile. And what do you think happens when the projectile hits the wolves? I want you to explain when this is done, you guys should have a game that makes a little bit of sense. All right? So this should take up most of the period. I want you to play with this. I want you to notice what's happened is because this is creating an infinite number of wolves, it actually sees the page up. So we're going to have to actually redo this. Cool. Good job. I want you to experiment. It's up to you now. What are you going to do?